Yes, welcome to the TNN Media Empire. Mina Gabriel Ishmael Jalo, and they come again to una television, una laptops, una iPads, una mobile phones, and other medium way una can get we talk to ourselves this evening about issues we get for do with the land that we love, Sierra Leone. But let me hasten for say um, uh, we want for tell una thank you so far for una support and una viewing time to this media house. And we want for also make una know say we know they take una comments them for granted, and we know say na an interactive medium, so that the comment the owner can send it help for shape with thoughts for always come to una. And we always they tell people they say we opportune is a big privilege for we able to sit down and talk to una at times. Not to say we are the more intelligent, we are just opportune and we get the opportunity for talk to una. And we want for say on behalf of this entity, we tell una thank you for view. But we want for also appeal, one for as we dey gladly and we tell una thank you for una critique them against we will take in good faith. We also the critique una. We don't critique. Now follow una subscribe. Now follow una subscribe. Now follow una like. And as my boss said the last time, when you watch a 2 hours comments a program with an elaborate thoughts we invest inside, we want to see the stars, we want to see the comments, so that at least you go able to boost the program. Then we also the call for anybody we get we get yes. So all in all, we say once again, thank you, and Mina Gabriel Ishmael. Today, the next few minutes, we God will give permits me the time for our talk. One for we be most of the time we talk about the executive branch of government. At times we talk about the judiciary. At times we hit on parliament, because this not the democracy we don't accept in alone. This not the branches them we come together for like we form the government. But today actually we want to talk about another entity. We want to talk about the civil society space in salon. And we want to talk about the civil society space in salon because the civil society now an integral part of governance, especially in a democracy. So we want for want for evaluate them. We don't come for condemn them. We just come for, especially under the Second Republic. We want to see how they don't manage from one government to another. What in really they do for promote or regulate or make the governance system of the country relative to with democracy, how they don't manage and so far. And as we say, the civil society, when a non-governmental organization, it is known as the third factor of society. It is distinct from government. It is also distinct from the business community. But in the civil society, a teacher can be a civil society, a musician can be a member of the civil society, lecturers. We can get an example of one profound civil society activist, a political activist, when I be a musician in Nigeria, Fela Kuti. This man, this man bruised military dictators in Nigeria through music. Now, I make some of we a concern we most when very salient voices of the society where be they do the civil activism through music. We just turn to we recently and say then they know they sing political music again. Hey, well, we will reach there. So, but we want for say the civil society now a very important segment in the democracy.
That's fine.
Now, Sierra Leone, Hello. Now Sierra Leone, we
Yeah, go
don't
on.
see. Hello. Now Sierra Leone, we
Yes,
don't see.
you're live, sir.
Yes, sir. Now Sierra Leone, we don't see civil society group like institutes for governance reform, Andrew Lavali. We see an Abdul Fatoma campaign for human rights and development. And we don't see the 50-50 group, the woman in group. But let's not forget, say, if one reduce the civil society discussion to we on time, one of the very pivotal one, now be the Renaissance. This Renaissance movement, we see how active this Renaissance movement been there under the Ernest Koroma, especially in second term. We see how they be active. And this Renaissance movement cut across from the media, Amadou Lamana Bade Mindidi, today the anti-corruption by Ken Fila the Mindidi, this Augustine Marat, they all been there in this civil society group. And they've been the mount pressure against the Ernest Koroma government. Then the CSO Mambu today when at the PRO for the SLPP government. Now being a very, very vibrant civil society young man will be the whole government to account. We get Joseph Sano. Joseph Sano said now being other very tough civil society brothers. And even though it been very the APC government, because I see some article where DeVos, the former APC deputy information minister, being said these guys are paid by the SLPP government because trust me, they been give APC a run for their money, for their monies, and some of who been glad it. And some of who been yeri and we been see how then civil society na saloon, how they be galvanized when Samsumana they been sacked na the APC be expel him, they excommunicate him, and the Supreme Court na Sierra Leone upheld the president's indecision for sack him. All the civil society been vibrant that time. But waiting the question me I want to ask today. What has changed? What thing don't change when the same civil society people they not change as human being, they not change as individual, but they change as a function. Now you see, me viewers there, most of the time why they begin talk, why they start me sober talk, people they always wonder why I they always bring Ghana. I they bring Ghana because today where Salomon sit on na salon, where you see them they talk na radio, where you see them they talk na TV, then they use Ghana as an example. Where I've been going to Liberia recently for go do a presentation at Liberia. As I open Liberian television, where you open where you read front page newspaper, the one of the biggest newspaper in Liberia, the example loading they take, they use Ghana as an example. But Ghana where they use as example, so they know Ghana not to Ghana democracy not so magical. It was embedded with very, very strict, valuable intricacies of democracy. The civil society in Ghana, they know they play. The Interreligious Council in Ghana, now a part of the civil society in Ghana. Then get the Peace Council in Ghana. The Peace Council now an amalgamation of all the African traditional leaders, the clergy in the church, the chief imam, the Ahmadiyya movement. Now they all make the Peace Council in Ghana. Then get Imani Ghana, Franklin Kojo. Then get the Trade Union Congress in Ghana. My brother in a saloon. Then why? Don't change three governments. Don't influence the change of three governments before me. Then why? And one thing why I like the civil society in Ghana. That same civil society in Ghana where mounts pressure and influenced the votes wey remove John Mahama 2016. That same civil society in Ghana, they no rest. What they say the man with them been feel say Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. They say as for this man, he no get nothing for gain. Na rule no more one rule will like change this country. This man in Papa na been president. This man he go to school na Oxford. This man in people all them get money. This man don't pass 70 years. This man gets an economist who they call Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. This man is one of the biggest economists who do well in England and send in Zimbabwe. So they say these people here, now they will become vote for. Them people they engage John Mahama na Ghana. They engage John Mahama na Ghana to the extent that they influence the change with Ghanaian they want. And Ghana back again. Ghana again. And they get the feedback. And they get feedback. And they get feedback. Ghana again. Ghana again. Then get
yes, Dr. Ture. In fact, now when you talk, so now I realize so there's a mistake on the date. It was meant to be Sunday, the 14th of September, which is today. Oh, sorry.
Okay. Yes. So the Ghanaians then decide for mount pressure against Mahama. They said, "We they pay with taxes. The country don't engulf with debts. What to make you not forgive me lights? Me salon people lights cause the end of a government in Ghana. One of the factors will remove the government in Ghana, the lights. The civil society, they no rest. Taxes, when you levy taxes against the people, the civil society they talk. The Peace Council in Ghana, when an electoral commission delay for announce the results, the Peace Council in Ghana, they congregate, they go to the electoral commission in headquarters and ask the EC for announce the results. I remember 2008. Just imagine how many votes between Nana Akufo-Addo and Professor Mills. The Peace Council march na the headquarters of the Electoral Commission and let them know say this country is at stake. Anxiety they rise. You for announce the result. You see, the civil society, the advantage we then get, this civil society they know they expect you for vote them another 4 years or 5 years. No. They don't expect you to say they can't sack them. They know they give you a campaign manifesto where you be say, therefore do everything for me to the campaign manifesto for letting in a government. They are volunteers, men and women of substance. Now you make Ghana. Nobody know the party where the chief imam did. You get one vote, but you know whoever you read that mandate, they take side. You know they take side because when the time reach for confront the power that be, unity. So I they lay the premise of the civil society and the role within they play. Now we can't. The civil society in alone, then go be very active against one government, but then go turn mumu when you come to another government. How comes? Where musician, the activists, they when they do the activism through music, sing again. How comes when members of Renaissance will be stand how comes was bundled and sacked? Parliamentarians were compromised for removing the Auditor General when na in primary documents where this government use for claim all this success so they get by the anti-corruption fight. Where is the civil society? How comes where the interreligious council we played a vital role in handling the RUF, discussion of the RUF, meeting the rebels from the bush, meeting the soldiers for the carnage we engulfed the country for 11 years. How come today when these people they know they talk? What happened to them? You see, I am confused. Let us look some few things that were happy na Salome. Let us ask ourselves, do we really have a civil society in Salome? Salome, civil society, una dey? Some people let's say call una evil society. Because if you see wrong, you not talk. You evil, bo. If you see wrong, you not talk. You allow a country for be like a pariah state. Now, Lord, check the first one. Now, let's touch back in Ghana before ever I come to Leone and Salome. There was a time when the legislatures of Ghana, they want to use $200 million for upgrade the parliament of Ghana. When people they suffer for life, the civil society then come together and they mount a campaign where they tag that campaign. They say, close the chamber, drop the chamber. It becomes a slogan in Ghana. The civil society, they influence the electorates. Now all constituency. Then tell them, say, anytime when you MP come to you, tell them, say, the issue of in re-election tied to that attempt for use $200 million. They say they want to upgrade the House of Parliament. 9 days, the Speaker of Parliament dropped the chamber. John Mahama's Nana Akufo-Addo government, under the Defense Ministry of Dominic Nucho, then go arrange a pact with the American government for letting them establish a military base in Ghana. When that news hits Ghana, the first question will the civil society then find out. What are the terms of this military base? What they discover, say, if an American soldier enter Ghana, he kill a Ghanaian self, then they try in Ghana. Then they pass, they go try in America. And they say, we on country where the Ghanaian self, what they do, where they commit crime here, then they go jail. Then American man, then they come on America. He can't Ghana. He can't broke the Ghana law. Then when I say, because in America, they born up, he never go court now. They also say, the Ghanaian media landscape, the Ghanaian radio, the American Marine, the way they can establish them base, then get right for tap in the Ghanaian what's they call themselves? The Ghanaian communication. When that thing they enter Kusi Pratt, they eat. It enter people like Professor Jampo. then demonstrate 3 days in Ghana. The Ghanaian tell the Americans, say, no, this no go happen in Ghana. Now they call civil society. This is against the great United States of America. The civil society, the entertainment industry. We will discuss about saloon entertainment industry in the next talk. The entertainment industry, now them force collaborate with the civil society movement in Ghana. For tell the government, say, una get generator. People them just imagine this celebrity them. Then get generator at the house. Then get money. Ibo Nelson, Sarkodie, Shatawale. These guys are rich, but they look at the interests of the people. Then protest. But civil society in Asalo, no one tell we say we see the blackout. Now, Lord goes segmentally. The civil society in Asalo, they want to tell we say how we parliament. First of all, the biggest dent of our democratic evolution under the Second Republic, now the imposition of Dr. Abbas Mundu as Speaker of the House. Ghana will see we'll get election. The two parties get 135 parliamentarians. They get a hung parliament. The opposition, today as I tell you, the opposition leader, the opposition in the 8th parliament, now they get a speaker. The Speaker of the House of Ghana under an NPP government. That speaker. Now NDC speaker. But civil society, they sit down a saloon. Police enter na the well of parliament. Drag 10 parliamentarians out. Replace them without a by-election. We know you one word. That's not the first impotency of the civil society. The civil society again, just recently, they sit down. The Speaker of the House of Parliament drove a journalist from Parliament, Melvin. Up to today, this man, na in Parliament, a parliamentary journalist, a persona non grata was imposed on a parliamentary journalist. Today, as we talk so, that young man cannot come close to parliament. But we get civil society. Ebo, Andrew Lavali, Institute for Government Reform. You know, see down there? Abdul Fatoma, campaign for the human rights and development. What's happening? That's not parliament no more. The civil society again. Sit down and see inside the parliament. The now Secretary General of the SLPP, the chief scribe, then key champion corruption. It take away money. They pay in Uma. The anti-corruption commissioner, before he prosecutes the man and send on a court as he be do for other people, he get at the man in case he send to the president. Like say we no get caught. What did the president do? He sent the man at parliament. They maintain him back in the parliament. 30 days. We know you one civil society. It's not parliament. Now let's go to the judiciary. You see, we just want to analyze what's in the happen in our country. If we not take time, we know they pray for that too. But the pointers what trigger that sad chapter in our country, and they see are more in the last 7 years. I'm not saying nobody happened before, but in this last 7 years, because under the Kroma administration, even the Renaissance, then demonstrate and they allow them for demonstrate. Now let's go to the judiciary. Mohammed Kamarimba Mansari, my friend and brother, they arrest him. He meets all in bail condition. Mohammed Kamarimba Mansari, not to somebody who get any assets that we get in the country itself. Not of us not somebody who go run away. But because somebody want flex in muscle, Mohammed Kamarimba Mansari suffer for 4 years. As we talk now, Mohammed Kamarimba Mansari is a convicted prisoner. He narrowly escaped on health issues. Ebo I no see nobody, no civil society talk for a citizen of that country. And we use in your money. We in order government, it builds school for Sierra Leoneans. Mohammed Kamarimba. LJ, today na peace ambassador. Hey. LJ go thief. Up to today, we not see him. LJ was convicted. The chief minister LJ release one is a compromise. It was when the government lost the election, they rigged the election, they lost credibility. They were looking for favors. But where were the civil society? The police, Thomas Babadi, and Wadi Williams, 2 Sierra Leoneans. Then wake na morning. Then go vote for the president and the legislature. 2 things they will worry them. Where they want answers. Then see for the first time in the history of democracy, an election result where they announce will not see them. Then these people then say, but wait. Since the Second Republic, all the presidents, they all do two terms. But this time around, we see presidents who do 2 terms, but the second one, no inauguration. So he confused them. They were asking for answers. Then go and jail them. Then jail them. Sorry. Then jail them. Excuse me, I just speak this 1 minute. Not tell the person say they on.
Yes, if you don't mind, I can help you from this point while you receive your call.
No, I don't come back. I don't come
back.
back.
Okay, fine.
Yes. So now, Thomas Babadi and
not to John Mahama, they call you so, eh?
No. Thomas Babadi and Williams. I will call you back. Thomas Babadi and Wadi Williams. The crime what they commit is they wake na money. Their compatriots wake na money. Then go queue. We spend $10 million plus European for arrange the election from with meager resources. European Union, Qatar Foundation, all the other international agencies don't tag we like say we are criminal then, we are election thieves. They say we just want to get the results. They begin drag them money at the ONS from one trouble to another. Civil society, usa una debo. Let's tell you something. Na Ghana ya. All the Sierra Leoneans, we the head at Sierra Leone committee chairman, who have been the head. We all get the national health insurance card. We all get it. Both citizens and non-citizens. The Electoral Commission of Ghana, they use the national health insurance card for register for voting. For then the voter register. One young man, then call her Abu Ramadan. He take the Electoral Commission of Ghana to court. He tell the court, say, he pray for let the courts ask the Electoral Commissioner for remove everybody where they register with the National Health Insurance card. The court ask him why. He say because the National Health Insurance card is there for both Ghanaians and non-Ghanaians. Me, I get them, two picking and get them. The Supreme Court mandates they give the Electoral Commission 2 weeks for clean the register with all man we get the health insurance card. Now, the way they enter the voter register now, you need either you license, you Ghana passport, because the Ghana election not so for non-Ghanaians. One man take the EC in a court. The EC responded in 2 weeks. That's what we are calling democracy, not the joke they happen in a salon. Not that joke they happen in a salon. It depends we, because we not so like Sir Prince, how they call them, Thomas them, and within America, within Europe, we not Ghana would be a country where the democratic evolution are just 30 years. What would the CIA? What would the CIA? It's painful. Now, here you see civil society. They ask the government, let them tell we how much una spend per Nana Addo in trip. They said, Nana Addo, now we they feed you. Now we they feed you. Now we they put you on plane. We want to know, Ghana get we own plane. What to make you they use we money for use private jets? Then drag the Minister of Defense na Parliament, Dominic Nutu. So una tell Wiba, why His Excellency they use private jets when speaking that they still go to school under trees? But do you know how many flights this president don't do na salon? The man who say they go clean with image. I know one day you need the civil society they talk about this. Now, Let us come to this. Let us come to this other very, very painful thing. That 50-50 movement, the woman in the then dinner salon. Then Yeriwe Fatima Bio. Get a school picking them. And they tell them about the I the cleaning man I man the cleaning menstruation in the so-called hands of our girls. They were there when Fatima Bio threatened for use the manhood of men we violate small picking them, we media against. But while to get caught, he said he will use the manhood with barbecue. The civil society in a salon did it. Where Fatima Bio say we all know to Sierra Leoneans. The only one they want to Sierra Leonean are SLPP. This 50-50 women group. Una dey? Una tell we no. Campaign for human rights. Up to now, we don't know when the presidential guard invaded the correctional center and shoot at close range Sierra Leoneans. They shoot them. Up to today, one investigation not come out. You know, one day, Joseph Sano, you did. Mr. Lavali, how markets? This civil society, they're not able to ask the government for giving the clear picture of the cause, how Evangelist Samson manufacture gone. Thank you, Mr. Almami Kuruma. Thank you. How Evangelist Samson manufacture gone against the state security. And you see, my people, the civil society in a salon don't let the country down bad. One of the most important segments of society in a salon, now the civil society, including the interreligious council. And they wonder, how come when Sierra Leone engulfed in this state capture, that people them way they know they draw salary from the government, they say they know they talk. What in really happen? When the iron will not they bend today, that iron they bend. The bitter medicine, the bobo belema, the 2-foot arata man, the good do man. Today, they get one new music. You know how they call it music? Yeah, you see, it is painful. Now, let's analyze after the election. What did APC do? What warrants the state security for go barricade the opposition office and pump tear gas on them, which caused the death of a Sierra Leonean? Civil society. Una tell we bimbe what happen. Because the judges then don't compromise them. As for the police, people them. Since people then become Inspector General, the police now are people them. Now look, even state house, the military will not for be partisan. See how hungry lion. They wear with uniform. They wear with boots. They take the gun. Hungry lion they threaten we. Hungry lion they tell you Leone and they say anybody will try them. The mama wear black. And the man where the civil society. Maybe people.
Okay.
Let's say something here. Before let's say something here.
Okay, I think he's frozen.
It's the headline is cocaine, it's drugs, it's kush. An ambassador was arrested in Guinea. A convicted drug baron, Edena Salon. Where is the civil society? Voting at the essence of civil society. Civil society. If that country engulfed in flame, we are responsible. Una no dey take money from. Oh, okay. Una not for take money from government. Una not for take, but una tell una dey take. What cause this quietness? Una not for take by una non-governmental routine. Government una not for collect money from them, but what make una quiet? Is it that? Una dey take. The boss be one coming lag here.
Of course, I'm not the boss Fambulem. We get a appreciable number where they watch we, and it was an impromptu engagement. And a few people called me for their site, the flyer. There was an error there in terms of the date of this program. And I just want to apologize to the general public. But still yet, for sure, say we get followership. We get an appreciable number, here where they follow. But my brother make a very good case. And I just want to say something and disappear again and just watch him. Because this is his program, by the way. This program, Fambulem, is called Sober Talk. Again, on the flyer, there will have been an error in which I was supposed to appear like host. But because it was done in a hurry. But it is actually his program, which is held, I think, is it Thursdays and Sundays? Forgive me, there's so much ongoing on my head. I don't know how much more for Art to wait to say because he's so spot on and I can see one or two people accept say, people that way they make comments and when they encourage you now, send una comments. Don't be fearful of being critical. Just make them respectful. That's all we ask for. We platform interactive, and this is where we kind of learn from. Subject matter today in civil society and other corrupt elements of we society. And this is not something what we're going to talk about, going into the future, both now and into the future. So from the onset, when I read the brother describe what civil society is supposed to represent, which is how much of a crucial role they're supposed to play in something where we call a democracy, where they're supposed to serve as an intermediary or go between the people and government. When I read the brother highlight many points in which civil society has been found wanting. Who side them be needing for talk? Either then go completely quiet or wait and talk, then they on the side of government will prompt the brother, I believe, for acts. Are they in the take? Have they taken? They don't take, una don't take. I make una talk. But we really need for understand is the primary role of civil society and what it can contribute to a civic society. They're supposed to be like an intermediary between the people and government where something go wrong as a checks and balance system. The need for know that. The need for understand the role say they're supposed for the notchy, as we call them. It might not be perfect and it is not perfect, but then they help for make them more imperfect by taking sides. Then we agree with what I call some civil societies, which would they do now? Because it's about time we begin call name and shame. We call some civil societies, we call names. Andrew Lavalley, for example, much expectations, but they all don't bend curve. Family, and just a quick reminder, civil society for play a crucial and frontline role during crisis now we country. And we know say we country depend crisis. So instead of civil societies, they play a civic and neutral role for serve as an intermediary between government and the people, in between, take the pain or whatever they come to the people vis-a-vis the government, then don't take side and just they defend the government. And I recall the last part where the brother been say, we make I interject and not be able for beer, because I don't speak on this many times. People live in army uniform, paramilitary, military, police, or whatever, has no business going on radios or social media. They talk about government. This is not their business. This is not their business at all. But that tells you the level of corruption we don't come. That a soldier where they serve probably as a bodyguard to the president get the audacity, the temerity, the brass neck for make actual video. And he getting commanders them. Remember, say this is not just soldier where they serve as a bodyguard. And then tolerate and entertain that. That the man come and threaten the very people them. We go work where they pay the money for the uniform way well. They call himself hungry lion. They threaten the people and una go before and go wait. Then kind of statement and there are no punitive measures. And yes, so show how compromised we country have become and how the hierarchy they tolerate this kind of nonsense. I call it complete nonsense. And civil society they roll out for call out these things, checks and balance, and put government into place and say, no, this is not supposed to happen. But unfortunately, instead of protecting the rights of the people, instead of filling the gaps which are lacking and not forthcoming in government or governance, instead of mobilizing communities and conscientizing them and letting them know or letting communities know what their rights are, they are not. Which prompts me, brother, again for ask, because why una go to do this? Una probably they in the taking. Have you taken? Another question today. But I thank you very, very much, Mr. Jallo. And before I yield your platform back to you, I just want to say this because these are all acts of corruption, and we talk about the generalities of corruption now with the government. Okay, like for example, appointments. To some you get political appointments, obviously, as and when the president seem deemed fit for serve in professional appointments where one can make. For example, we can talk about the civil service. I mean, if you don't get experience, and I don't hear you, Mr. Jallo, you don't talk about this many times, and you can draw an analogy between we and Ghana. And when you talk about output, it's like putting at the experience of the person where you get the job. If you don't get experience, how are you expected to succeed? You not go through the rank and file. And this is wrong. Whether not the diplomatic circle, for example, we see appointment and we know say diplomacy is a program. We get the foreign service. You get people where they go sit on a bench. Sit on a bench means you almost an understudy. You the whispers with diplomats and they talk, where they come from foreign duties and what have you. When you don't maturely limit, then you lily assignment. Now, neighboring countries, Guinea, Liberia, or Gambia, for let you go learn the rubrics of diplomacy, okay, in a lesser position because now learning curve. And then after a period of time, you come back because you don't ascertain certain knowledge. And then you grow up in the rank and file as a junior diplomat, as a senior diplomat. You begin going to the European countries, them which represent some bilateral relationship between we and them, North America, South America, and etc. in terms of seniority, because you don't understand. How do they take you from these junior points to these senior points when you don't get any of this understanding? And we get the audacity for let the president make the decision, which it does all the time, because for reward, people them we support them. then you give them
Yes, sure.
position which is not going to benefit the country. This is completely wrong. How do you appoint an ACC boss where they only declare in assets to you that are between you and Elex in a society business? Okay? Just like in a society business. How do you do that? Where in the end, now between you and him. All of these things is unfair practice, and civil society supposed for stand in between for be independent brokers. Ishmael?
Yes, yes. You see, when me boss come in, you gonna say, Alagba don't come in. But now, you see, what in people they feel for realize. I mean, get a Canadian friend. We been it's a be our homes. You see, that's how they talk so because of this party picking and this sycophantic mentality we don't engulf with society. People they know what they go through. Some of who they go out. Some of who where they engage public forums. That lady be ask me, say, what is our aunt do? Why is she that? Is it that she cannot be granted bail? Why is it that she's in jail and her lawyers cannot see her? Say, Gabriel, this is your country. A shame. You know what? You know, ask me. They say, are there civil society in Sierra Leone? Are there women organizations in Sierra Leone? When Caroline they asked me, the first thing way come to my mind, I said 50-50 female group. Una day na salon. Our hunt has been hunted down. Why? They say it been cost the president where they be the wrong campaign. Hey, Sheka Stephen before jail Boko, Bandele Pasa die. They say, look what you know. When they say, look what you know is big, they say like one cup press. My dear, the presidency has now become a cult. Civil society always quiet. Our horns. Civil society, then sit down. What will they talk? Then say, we will not like SLPP. What will they tell about the excesses of the de facto prime minister, Fatima Bio? They say, we will not like SLPP. Today, I get me Padina Kono, we ask me for that assistance. Say, Madam Fatima Bio in Tok Tok. Madam Fatima Bio in Tok Tok. Now, don't the government gets chief minister. When a prototype of a prime minister. The government gets labor minister. The government gets ministry of work. One woman run a mouth. All man sit down. That woman run a mouth. For Sierra Leone in this way, epileptic economy will pay $100 million. Because the APC na parliament, the compromise opposition, The judiciary, they draw them well from the executive. So for them, we don't put them one side. But the civil society, governments know they pay you. First of all, you not get a manifesto promise where you for meet. Say the next 5 years, if you don't meet them, you will lose your job. First of all, somebody know they can sack you if you manage yourself well. So the civil society not be the only hope which Sierra Leone they get for whole government into account. But the civil society, including the pastors, yes, including the imams, the interreligious council. One minister they can pray, na the pastor in church. Where is he fold the envelope again? What it happened to the congregation? I don't care again. Who paramount chief them? Then they call them, then give them jeep. The jeep, now the compromise against that nation. The students' union, they don't compromise them. But Ghana continue to be the shining star. John Mahama called a meeting recently. 8 months na power. He said he called the press. Not to that Madabio in town council gimmicks. Where they go do way one small girl express himself. Small titio. What in the civil society not talk? Now one small titi na go talk. He say, Mr. President, me I vote for you, but pa, you disappoint me. Small picking became our civil society, where our musicians are now dumb. I know one day member who side the civil society don't attempt to get a meeting between the government and the opposition. I know one day member who side the interreligious council don't cite a meeting between the government and the opposition. Once again, let tell una follow una continue for like, follow una continue for comments, follow una subscribe more, because as we come to the 2028 election, this media platform, what you see now, you know, it's not the beginning. We get a talk where they can evaluate the BO presidency and the SLPP in power. And we are now clean. Me the one they wouldn't begin text me self. I don't understand though. Now when you want text me, but I'll just tell you that I talk to Sir Prince, my boss. Because the text message they were there, we're not interested. We will not come for can label we want a Sierra Leone where people they go use as an example, like Ghana. 8 or 10 million population. We get, I tell me Ghanaian friends, I said, Sarah Rutai. I said, go Googles about Sarah Rutai. And compare Sarah Rutai with Obuasi Goldfield. When you Ghana, in 30 years, you don't build more than 10 overhead bridges. Ghana, in 30 years. When me come Ghana, where the world bring me Ghana, Kaswa, I still get the picture of in village. Kaswa, it developed past Freetown. then get more schools, then get more university past Britain. So we were objective. Now for let Salone be an envy. Now West Africa. Like how we not be envy. Like how we not be the anthem of Africa. I remember where the teams, where they put Salone, that the fixture, Salone, the Nations Cup, Tunisia 94. Where they put Salone with Zambia, Ivory Coast. Where they interview Kalusha Bouala, say they play against Sierra Leone and La Côte d'Ivoire. They say if Sierra Leone be they go against Zambia for education, they be for worry. They say, but when a football, they go beat we. So even with education, wouldn't have been the envy of West Africa. Today, the teacher then they pan strike. Outside the teacher then they strike now so. Now the government in flagship program. We know already no civil society. Let's end with the bastardization of Marcella Samba. The woman was to pretend over elections na Salone, Nigeria, Liberia. All the time she's getting it right. But this time around, civil society, instead of them talk for them, the government crafts other civil society. They get governments arranged civil society. If no one deny me, when I look mambo, me have been tell people a long time say this na SLPP more. Today, he say in the SLPP Ariobo. You know they tell the Sierra Leone and them what thing don't do. But if they tell the Sierra Leone and they say they will win the election on first ballot. See, no civil society no they worry about this statement here. A government will not able to pay teacher them. A government will put whip and blackouts. A government will host the biggest drug baron. That government, they tell Sierra Leone and they say, will they win by one ballot, first ballot? No civil society, no concern. Civil society, Sidon, where JJ Safa say, no man born of woman go stop President Bio in second term. That means the electorates, they're not important. That means civil society, Sidon, and Yeri Fatima Bio, they asked the speaker in the House of Legislature for apologize to her. Fatima Bio, where nobody no elect. Ask Aisha Buhari where it's trial. Where Buhari go na Germany. They ask her and they say, well, they can't talk down there. He say, I don't know whose party he join. But for me, the only place where a woman dey na my bedroom, na my kitchen, and the other room. But Fatima Bio. So I use this moment for roundup. Telling all thank you for listening to we, and once again this na TNN Media Empire, and we want to tell you that thank you for listening, and I'm so encouraged for the few comments, and we once again we want for really hammer this message. We objective. Now forget is Sierra Leone, who then go use as a brand na Africa. Like how we get Ghana today, like how Botswana is today, like how I get Seychelles today, but not to Sierra Leone. The only way wouldn't they rebrand the country now for reverse we, and for send we to a drug baron. Thank you very much, Gabriel, Ishmael Jallo, and I salute you. Once again, we want you for not forget if you get an international business we want to advertise, we open for business. If you want yourself now, somebody will feel say you view we, and you get that expansion of knowledge and geopolitics and saloon politics, and you want for talk to we, why not? We can bring you to the show. It's about Sierra Leone because we know they blow until 2028. There will be no, we know the rest at all because we they see the proliferation of the media waves. Most of them, they are compromised. We will make the difference. Gabriel Ishmael Jallo. Thank
Thank you so much, Mr. Jallo. When we introduced episode 1 of this program, Sober Talk, with host Gabriel Ishmael Jallo, we said that it was an epic cutting program. Probably the flag, will not reach it, but it looked like that's the direction that we are heading. And it's not been a disappointment so far, and I sure say Famulengo agree. One or two notes just for wrap up. You beautifully presented program because you struck a chord with me. One, you talk about Kalusha Bwale, who was a Zambian footballer back in the late 80s and then 90s, early 90s, and I think then died, or most of the Zambian crew or players them at the time die in a plane crash. I think 1993, mid 1993, because I know
Sure.
say the war in the region of Liberia, Operation Octopus, which was 1992, Operation Grasshopper and Envelope. So between 1992 in Liberia and 1993 by June. So now the term that where they lost almost all of them players, only the professionals, and I think say
Yes.
Kalusha survived. Because if they play professional then, and he began for fly from Musa Day for go join
Yeah,
the
sure.
rest of the team. That was a
Yeah.
tragic moment in Zambian football history. And Zambia and a country where I respect, as a Pan-Africanist or some Pan-Africanist view, because I follow them, the founding father, Dr. David Kaunda, Kenneth Kaunda of blessed memory, may his soul continue for rest in peace. Them part they were not actually thief. When then die, and these were the founding fathers of serious republics, such as Zambia, and then you get another huge one, great one, of the Republic of Tanzania, Julius Walimu. Walimu in, I believe, in Swahili mean teacher,
Yeah.
Nireri or
Yeah. Yeah.
Nireri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
When them parents they die, now one host nine they get not to better host them with 2 bedroom, three bedroom, and then
Yes.
combine wealth with them get, even each $10,000. As
Sure.
opposed to then thief man the way we get now, we then wealth then they amass it in the millions. The point I'm trying to make is you make your case clearly. Until Sierra Leoneans come on board and see the direction that we are heading in trying to conscientize the minds of the unconscious, for making for understand, look at the role of civil society, the role they're supposed to play, they're not playing it. In fact, they are complicit in the economic genocide of we country and country people. But until we serve, because there are not many, this is a handful of people, six, Mambuna, one person, he probably get 3 or 4 staff. But because he registers as a civil society, he makes this case as if he's so, where frog, where snake one kill frog. Frog, they swell so and impose himself, yeah, but in the end, and nothing, snake, they strike him and swell him whole. Yeah, such are these people. But until we realize that, we're not going to get anywhere. The effort is all ours. The fight is all ours. And until final victory, the struggle continues. Ladies and gentlemen, there are more programs coming on the day now. We urge you
Yes.
now to
Yes.
continue for watch. Very serious program them. We get 1 or 2 people that will make contribution. Of course, it come late. So I will just extend the program by 30 seconds. Let me just air the view. I not read them. So I just they put on there, I not even know what in and see. Wow, this is the
Man,
discussion
they
we
say,
have been
wow, this is
longing.
the discussion. Is it? Aruna said, this is the type of discussion we have been longing to see.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
correct. They are evil. Somebody say they are not civil societies; they are evil societies. And then we get a sister Rebecca Kagbo. Well done, guys. Excellent. Thank you, sister Rebecca, and everybody else. We watch the program. And I think say the sister repeating message. Well done, guys. Well said. We just try for say this is a concerted effort. It concerns me and you.
Yes.
We may be, but if the party they do wrong, whether they benefit, yeah, we countrymen. You may belong to a certain region, a certain society, a certain community, but then you don't feel, like attached simply because now that region there you come out. And even where you thief man, they do wrong, it a thief and not a benefit, but you say this thief man, I'm your own thief man, so you continue for support them, then you're doing wrong to both yourself and, the nation. But like I say, we get for India, and there are many programs coming your way. I want to say thank you to we new discovered star, Mr. Gabriel Ishmael Jallo, for a show well presented. And ladies and gentlemen, every good thing must come to an end. It's been a TNN production. Gabriel Ishmael Jallo on Sober Talk coming again soon. Don't forget for tuning. And please, una shame. Thank you very much and goodbye.